Yes. Actually, the first day I could wear a sweater here in Florida, it felt actually kind of nice. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to start with Dancing on Waves by Duckma. All right. We got that Duckma hop. That's with Stack McChange. He likes that Duckma, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Sam, give me your hair, please. Why? Why do you want my hair? You want this beautiful hair? I know you want my hair, man. Just can't have it, baby. You know what I mean? Get in line, man. Get in line. All right? Get in line. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm like Elvis with this hair, man. The blonde Elvis, Sammy P. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Give me your eyes here. Everybody wants a piece of me, including my hair. Even my... No. Oh, gosh. All right. I didn't say it. You said it. I didn't say it. You said it. Remember that. It wasn't me. It was you. It's not me. It's you. Shout out to everybody here. We're getting a lot of money pouring here to Bitcoin and to all the altcoins. Are we about to have the biggest rally in history? Are we about to have the money soaring, pouring in? I think it is. I believe it's going to happen. From my data and watching all the price action, you know, we're going to see what's on the day-to-day. And, you know, we're going to trade here and there. But it's really about those big, old, fat, juicy gains, baby. You know, the biggest gain. I make good gains. I like leverage trading. But I make the big, juicy gains on those spot swings, baby. And, you know, POPCAT, let's talk about it. Shout out to anyone that jumped into POPCAT. And it was, you know, let me just explain why I like POPCAT. I run a trading group. I have a course. I teach it at the end of every month on the last Saturday of the month. All right. I'll teach this course somewhere near Halloween. Let me see what the exact date is if I can. If I hit the date here, the calendar over there. And we'll see. It will be the last Saturday of the month. Will be the 26th of October. All right. So put that down. So look, I see this getting tight. Then I go to the 1 hour and I see that I'm getting what's called sideways consolidation. Up, down, up, down. It's starting to consolidate. So then I start to watch. And then I see it consolidate some more. And some more. And some more. And right about here, I start putting it into the trading group because I can see that now there's some up and down price action. It's getting ready for a move. It's coiling up. Something's about to happen. It may take a day. It may take 2 days. I don't know how long it's going to take. But my system tells me tight moving averages above the high volume nodes. Then I spot on to the 4. I take the look at the 4. Is the 4 resetting low? It is. And so now the 4-hour stochastics are doing this squiggly downtrend. While price action's in an uptrend, that's processing energy that's being encapsulated, and boom, right? So my system identifies where price action, where energy is about to explode. It's really, my system is on energy. And it's like, where is that energy? In tight moving averages, I go over this with my students over and over and over again. Tight moving averages is the move here. Then you look at your 1 hour and you see you got a little bit of a flag there. Break it out with low stochastics. To me, I don't see why this won't continue here. You know, if you're in the trade all the way up to 168. All right. So POPCAT for gains. And this market's starting to get pretty crazy. POPCAT was in at 93 there. Anywhere in that's kind of where I put it in, 93, 90. And this thing is booming. Up 50% already. And it looked like there could be some more gains here for POPCAT. And this thing was hot. I didn't get into it when it first came out. I don't have to. All I need to do is take a couple swing trades, 50%, 100%, and I'm a happy man. All right. Okay, could you check DIM and not coin? I'll check DYM. It's just been a long time since I looked at that coin. But you know we're here for one reason and one reason only, right? You know, DYM's got that same shoulder, head, bit of a right shoulder. I'm telling you right now, I see a big bounce here. Once this breaks the 200 MA on the 1 hour, also a big bounce. I don't see why DYM does not explode. And I see it bouncing all the way to 192 here to that high volume node. I really do. And again, I could be wrong, but my system is telling me that it's likely going to happen based off tight moving averages and this gap of the VRVP. This big old gap. When you see a gap of the VRVP, it tells you there's likely going to recovery fast. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bit of an inverted right there. Like something is brewing here for DYM and the entire Atom ecosystem. DeFi is coming back. People are going to start making money. Where are they going to put it? So what happens is altcoin starts to pump and people make gains. Those gains don't go back to the bank. They go into DeFi. And they see if they can compound those gains more and more. They buy another coin, stick it into DeFi. Go back, make some more gains. Buy a coin, stick it into DeFi. You see? And DeFi begins to grow as, you know, look, I just made gains on POPCAT and SUI. You know, I might want to buy some DYM and stake it now. You see what I'm saying? And this is the, so as, and again, because we watch the market so much and we watch how the ebbs and flows of money flows in and out, we can see when there's more attraction to altcoins, and then we know where that money's going to flow when it leaves into DeFi. And DYM's DeFi for Atom. I see a gap of the VRVP showing an inverted head and shoulder. I see a shoulder, head, right shoulder here. I see a shoulder, head, right shoulder here. We're approaching to break through the 200 MA in the 1 hour. Very bullish sign to me. Curving. Again, if Bitcoin takes a nasty dump down, this will dump. And you could get stopped out. There's no guarantees you win any trade in anything. There's no guarantees in life. That's why we take shots on everything every single day, you know? When you wake up in the morning, you take a chance to be outside, to take a, you know, every time you get in your car, every time you do anything, you take a chance. You don't realize it, I don't think, as much, but, all right. So DYM. Yeah, on the radar. I'm seeing a pump coming here. That would be a 27% gain there through the gap in the VRVP to the upside. All right. Let's take a look at ONDO, and then I'm going to jump on into Bitcoin. And the weekly. No, not yet. We got to be ready, though. We got to be ready. But I almost got you. I bet you were like, whoa. So look, ONDO is a step ahead of DYM. Same exact pattern, very similar, you know, not same exact, but very similar idea. Kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. See, it's a complex inverted head and shoulder. You can start to see it. And this what creates bottoms. Sold it off, came back. Sold it off, came back. Sold it off heavy, came back hard. Sold it off, can't go back is the last one. Inverted, complex inverted head and shoulder for the move. Above the 200 MA, gaps in the VRVP, floating through. Right back to these areas at 86 from 74. I see ONDO making a bit of a move here. 1 hour looking very nice for the altcoins on a Sunday night, which is rare. Normally I'm like, don't trade Sunday night, but this could be the beginning of the bull run tonight. Usually starts, you know, second week here in October, and this would be the beginning. And all would kind of point to a big pump for ONDO. Going up to about 84 here is what I'm looking at for ONDO. If you flip the Bitcoin chart, it looks like a ready to pump move to 56K, possibly. Let's take a look at our baby here, BTC. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Oof, that one was good. Felt strong. I felt strong there. One of my stronger ones. Like, I could have gone longer, but I decided to stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know. I'm sorry if I cracked some of your screens. I get it. Sorry if I cracked some of your screens. Apologize for that. Never mean that to happen, but you know, it is what it is. You know. Let's take a look at BTC and the weekly candle close. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun with each and every one of you. So we had to break back above 61.5. Sammy was not a happy camper. When I saw the weekly get down here, I said, but you know what? Let's give it some hope. I said, it's early in the week. We started the week nasty, if you remember. 2 nasty dumps to 59K as the week began. We were shorting a little bit this week here and there. And then we came back up for the move to the upside. Shout out to Margaret Ness. Blessing Sam. Can you look at SHIB, please? We'll take a look at SHIB. Thank you. And shout out to all the awesome super chats. We will get to them. I promise you. My team writes them down. I see them right here. Caspa, SHIB, and COBY. But we just got to get into this Bitcoin weekly close and finish Bitcoin up with a sewn bow, which will take about 10 minutes, usually. As long as I don't go into a tangent about deep life lessons. Let's just put the lemon into the water, though, real quick before... Another delay. Before I do that, And shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for really coming to the live. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Blessings on blessings that you're here. And I love you all for doing, just constantly supporting me. It means the world. All right, so let's take a look here. So our next big resistance, 65.5 for Bitcoin. We bring it down a little bit there. 65,696. We'll see where this candle would go. The high was 65.6. Yeah, so 65,600. We got to bust through that now. That's our resistance. We get through that. We're climbing back up to 68,275. And 64K, a little bit. There's always going to be a little trouble right there too. We can mark that. So weekly resistance, 64, 65, 6, and then bang, we're up to 68,000. We break through that. It's basically 1, 2 all-time high. Buckle my shoes. So like, in my mind, you break through 64, 68 is coming, and to me, 68K is all-time high. Like we could talk about this and that, but I could be wrong, but if you break through here, you're going to 73, 75. To me, it's 74,000. Like 68 is 74 this time. Yeah, you were up, you lost it. You get back above it, you don't really ever get back below it again. It becomes strong support. We move, we moon. So, and then we just take it one step at a time. So we celebrate a weekly close above 64 if we could. So this week, just like last week, remember all I said last week, here I was like, okay, cool. As the week began, as we came into the week and we were okay, I said, okay, awesome. Can we get a close above 64,000? Then when we dumped below 61.5, I said, okay. All we need at least is a close above 61.5. I said, if we can get that, you change to like what the simple things are. And I went over it and over. And I said, can we get it? And then, and we closed above 61.5. So thank that. That's awesome. So 61.5 was done on the weekly. Beautiful. We can go from there. Weekly still has momentum to the upside. The 2-week chart, my go-to chart, looks ready for a massive move to the upside. So again, and we'll mark these on the daily, but we know it's 64. We're going to play a little game. 65.6, 68,000, and then we can go from there. We all know we don't want to lose 61.5. We do that, then you're talking 58, 55.4, and then 54,000 and then back to 48,000, right? So as I said before, I see kind of this flag here that they broke out of on the upside and they broke out on the downside, and it's just looking super bullish to me. And so I see, the initial move out of this 2-week flag to bang 96,000. We're talking the beginning of December. If it goes a little more, sideways, we're talking the end of December. But, it's telling me that we're having some huge pumps here in November through December. And I could be wrong. But the 50 just crossed the 80 and the 200-day moving average on the 2-week chart. Very rare bullish sign. So I don't know. These are just right here you're seeing crosses of the 200, the 80, and the 100 crossing the 200 on the 1-week chart. It's a very bullish sign people aren't paying attention to. Whenever you see these moving averages finally cross over, that's the beginning. Because the run will happen when these are all in succession. 21, 50, 80, 100, 200. They got to be in perfect order though. We haven't even gotten that yet. That's how you know there's a bull run coming, because we haven't even set the moving averages straight. We're still just waiting. So I'm bullish on the 2-week chart. Also, I love buying Bitcoin. My favorite time to buy Bitcoin is when the 2-week is below the dotted line. And we see a bunch of, I like when this is in the dotted region. That's why that last buy, when we were down at 48 to 54,000, those were, I was telling everyone, I said, man, this is, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. You got to figure it out yourself and get the technical analysis. I just teach education. If you like the education, you can go from there. But the idea is, whenever I saw this down here, and I say this all the time, but this is a special sauce. Like, what an amazing idea, right? You don't even have to be a brain science, or the smartest guy in TA. You don't even have to be that great at it. You just use the 2-week chart, and you buy when the stochastics RSI get below the dotted line, and you couple that with this being in the dark shaded regions. And if you do that, like if I did that, you buy like last month, 23, you buy at the best possible time. Like that's when I bought the $5,000 Bitcoin and the extreme fear, And of course I've been DCAing, but that's when I'm that's when I buy the most BTC. And your idea is you should be getting it for the best price at the best possible time, right? And We may never get sub 60K Bitcoin ever again. Like, there is a high likelihood that you understand? Like, you may never see Bitcoin below 60,000 for the rest of your life. An asset that the rest of the world has a chance to accumulate, that the richest people are buying notes with, taking out debt in their companies, taking some risk out, thinking, because if it plays out, their company will be set again for for 100 years, So it's a small price to pay. $129,000 Bitcoin by July of 2025 is what this is saying. It could be a steeper move. It could be May of 2025. These rallies are likely to end somewhere in May. Everyone thinks we're going to go till next year. In my humble opinion, these, the cycles have been, this last cycle, look, it started here in July, really came in, then August, September, October is when we started to cook. January, right, we had the huge bump, and then by March, it was time to bail the market. This is saying an exact similar path if we take that same route, right? Now, it doesn't always go the same movement, but let's just say what could happen in that time period, right? By using the bars pattern. So that gives you kind of it could be January of 2026 when the rally ends. See, that's around like $130,000 Bitcoin. See how it could. So we would pump, start to go sideways March. So we would pump up to about 78, 79, 80,000, make an all-time high. Then we would come back to 72, scare people that was it. Come back up to about 80, come back down to like 75, rip to 94,000 in October of the next year. So we would end up going sideways March, February, you see April, May, June, right? And then July and August, we get this kind of summer rally. September, we'd get that nasty little dump. It would be red a bit. And in October, we would start to pump again, and then boom, and then we'd fizzle out in the 26. That, I'm not saying that. I'm just going through some ideas, having some fun with you. But that's, But, just showing you how price action actually does move and how long things could take. Right? If we don't just go on a massive pump, right? This would be great if we do this, because if we just run out of it, right, pull back. But if you consolidate slowly, nice little pump, consolidate, nice little pump, like that'll be really good for the altcoins, and now that'll be a very healthy movement. Right? It doesn't always copy that, and I'm not saying it will. All right, I'm just having some fun with imagination. Right? These are more accurate. Like my idea of this is that we could be, this says 100. This is what the measured move says. All right, so I'm not making this up. If you go wick to wick and you put it up here, that's where it says they're going. It says we stop at 95,000 end of January. We continue to 130,000 by May. Okay, seems like a realistic approach. We never hit 100K in this year, but we go pretty awesome, make a new all-time high. All right, everyone would be pretty happy with that. The 2-week chart looks ready for a massive move to the upside. Everything really looks good to me on the 2-week chart, and I absolutely love the 2 weeks. So weekly looks good to me too. And this is why we're here at Bitcoin in the Weekly Close. This is where we really get ready for the week ahead. We dot our I's and cross our T's, or cross our T's and dot our I's, however you want to say it. And we just make sure that everything that could go, that's coming at us this week is covered. All right. So what that brings me is to Forex Factory, where we're going to take a look at the week ahead and see what's happening and what's kind of coming at us as we approach the next week. All right. Monday, we have an FOM member, Musalim speaks. Not a big deal. No one really care about that. Won't do much, but that's at 7:30. Oh no, that's at 6:30, right? 8 in the morning. Nothing crazy. The 7th. All right. No red folders on Monday. You see that? Pretty nice, You got red folders there at 9 p.m. Tuesday, just official cash rate if you're in New Zealand, Total balance, we have some FOMN speaking. It's just, regular stuff. Doesn't really, trade balance. The minutes, this usually has an effect on the market. The minutes come out and they kind of discuss what happened. And there's and it's really just a printout, right? About kind of, but sometimes there's a little bit of movement there. So I would write down Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. and there's minutes, all right? And here we go. Thursday at 8:30 in the morning, we're going to have core CPI. CPI month over month and CPI year over year, as well as unemployment claims. There will be volatility. Expect the market to go insanity. Look what happened on Friday with the insane wick on the 15-minute. Price was out of control. Expect that again. Write this down. Thursday, 8:30 a.m. EDT. Core CPI. See, you could just write CPI unemployment / unemployment. The market will move. Do not forget. I said this Sunday night. Because Thursday will come and you're going to wake up in the morning ready for a trade and get all excited, and you might look at something I'm posting, and I'm just telling you, hopefully, more than likely, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to have the data for you too as well, right? Friday, 8:30, we're going to have core PPI month over month, all right, and PPI month over month as well, okay? That's also going to swing the market. So write that down. Thursday and Friday, 8:30 in the morning. If you decide to trade this week, I would highly advise myself, all right, to write that down. That's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you, Self. I appreciate you for telling me that. So those are the things to look out for on the week. We got some minutes on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then we have Thursday and Friday, 8:30 in the morning. We're going to have core CPI and then PPI, as well as unemployment claims on Thursday. That will sway the market, cause extreme volatility for Bitcoin. Expect some crazy price action. All right. So the weekly. We could get a weekly open here that never goes back below this candle. Let's see if we can do it. There's beautiful support at 61,005. We broke it. Let's see if we can kind of make some new support here at about 62,000. It'd be pretty cool if Bitcoin never goes back below that support zone. All right, and we get up to 63. See where these two candles met right here. There's a little, that's a tiny support zone right there at about 62.8. All right, and we love those 800s on the weekly there. So can 62.8 hold? Can we continue to move? That's only price can tell us, right? But that's kind of the story of the week here. Otherwise, right? You can see a clean move right back down. And so to me, it's really, I'm telling you, the gateway to the bull run was 61,500. As much as people don't realize that, I'll look back and always stay to that point, and you'll see what I was talking about. But for sure, we keep above 61.5. We're in pretty good shape. What I keep showing here too on the radar, just like we're going over the hurricanes, shoulder, head, and right shoulder to the upside here on the 3-day chart. Signs of some movement and a possible pump here, and price could take us up to 75,000. Right, so that's on my radar as a definite possibility. The inverted head and shoulder to the upside, the 3-day getting that higher low and getting some movement to the upside. The daily, all right, and this is what we've been stuck on and talking about. Number one on the daily, the moving averages are getting very close and tight together. Whenever I've seen that, everyone, all my lovely friends here on the live, and I've been trading for 17 years, and I've seen this on multiple assets from the NASDAQ to Dow Jones to gold to silver to Forex. I don't care what you're trading. When the daily moving averages come close together like this, and explode, either you could say we dump or pump. It's likely we pump after the double bottom was respected here for Bitcoin. Beautiful support there at about 53,800. And now we got the higher low. And one thing I really want to point out that I've been saying for a long time, 4 or 5 days now, is this hidden bullish divergence. If you look at the RSI, you're definitely in a downtrend. But price action's in an uptrend. That is hidden bullish divergence. It says that the trend will continue. It says you will break this high before you break this low. That's basically what this is telling me. If you don't know what I'm saying and you're like hidden bullish wahada, you're in the right place, because that means you're learning something you've never heard, and that means we can get you somewhere you've never been. And that's actually the key, all right? It really is. So the daily looking very, very hot to trot, in my humble opinion, for a nice move here to the upside. And there's a chance that this daily makes a beautiful, beautiful move. And we ride off into the sunset. When the daily breaks back above the 200, honestly, this time, it could be the last time. I'm not saying any of this is guaranteed to happen. Everyone's like, that's what the lifer said. I'm all, People watch YouTubers and they want to hear what they need to hear. They want to go long, so they listen to hear someone tell them how long it could go, and then they're like, that's it. It could go either way. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. There is a horrible, sad reality for me, because I love my Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin could go all the way to 47,005 and drop out of the symmetrical triangle. We could get rejected here, double top or something. Never get back above 66,260 here. Have that as resistance and flop. Unlikely. Why? Well, because bottom came back. Nastier bottom, bounce. That's also a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here, retesting the neckline. This is a bit of a cup, almost in a handle. We have the low, the higher high, the higher low. Micro uptrend forming on the daily finally after high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? Lower high, higher low, or double bottom. Higher high, higher low. The trend has changed right there. You can see that this was the line in the sand where the trend now has begun. Everything was on the trend down. This should have made a lower low for the bears to be in position. Why didn't it not? Because then we would have had a lower high and the trend could have continued. However, we did not. We stopped the trend there with a higher low or a double bottom. Then broke the previous high to the left, coming down for a higher low, which means we're likely going to make our next high to the upside based on trend analysis. The trend tells us we're about to pump firmly and beautifully to the upside. And Bitcoin is pumping as we speak here on a massive pump back up to 63,160, annihilating the shorts in a major way. So you could even take a screenshot of this right here. You can study this. I'll double click it for a second so you can see exactly what I'm saying here. And so I'm more bullish based on the trend analysis, if that makes any sense to you. I'm also a more biasly bullish trader, so I'm more apt to believe in the bullishness than the bearishness. I know that about myself. You should know your bias. It does not mean I don't short the market, and I have called up some beautiful shorts. This daily inverted head, head and shoulder there, I did call that dump before it. I could see it. It was clear to me. Double tops, bearish divergences. Like, I listen to what the market tells me. Wow, 63.2. We are pumping huge. The daily getting big. The weekly close was strong. People were happy. And Asia seems to be buying it. And so the pump is on. The pump is on. So for me, this trade would be almost a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. The entry would be somewhere now on the daily with a move up to 82,000. All right, stop loss below about 58.68, and I would let that cook for a bit and see where it could go. So that's the long-term trend idea for me, and that could take some time. It could even be November, October. You never know. If we're lucky, the end of November, somewhere the end of October will be awesome. But November, even in December, but maybe November 7th or 10th, it's saying that it could really happen. So this is an idea here, right here. You can mark this, take a stamp of it. Right? This is for people who work a lot, don't have time for the charts every single day. You're remodeling houses all the time. You check them, you want to be a part of things, but it's a long-term trade. This right here, this Bitcoin trade is a long-term trade. This is for educational purpose only. If you understand how I would look at the market on a long-term analysis idea, right? I might check this trade once every day, once every couple of days. You don't want to be staring at this thing every 5 seconds. Okay. Again, on the perp, if you got above the 200 MA here, it was a rocky road, but at the same time, we never lost it, and it would have paid you. You see, sometimes it's not perfect or pretty, but it plays. Your emotions will ruin it, though. Wow, it looks like we're going up to 63.4. Let's take a look here at BOOKMAP. Liquidating the shorts. We did see liquidity further to the upside. You could see it when we were running the intro. The intro alone is giving you awesome data because it's running BOOKMAP and showing you, hey, this is price action, right? And you can see it gets a little scarce here, but it goes all the way to 63.8. And so beautiful pump here for Bitcoin on Sunday night here. And again, I put out a call for Bitcoin earlier today on my screen, when you were watching me this morning, right? And let's talk about what we were going over here. So I made this flag, right? And we were looking at this thing breaking out. And I had the cup and handle here, right? Sammy cup and handy, if you remember. Do you remember? And if you don't remember, in case you don't, I have it right here. This was me live this morning, showing you the cup and handle to the upside. Okay? I'm looking for, 65,000 really eventually. And boom, about a few, maybe an hour after the stream, couple hours, boom, we pumped. And then we crossed that 200 MA here on the 1 hour time frame, which usually creates a bigger move to the upside. SUI following along with the 189 pump to the upside. SUI just dominating the market. And really, if you look at it, this was kind of like, I guess, a little symmetrical triangle. I mean, one of the strangest little patterns I've ever seen. Does SUI just continue? To me, it looks unlikely. Like, the 3-day chart just is so extended. And whenever the 3-day chart gets this extended, I'm pretty weary to jump into something, But it's like playing with it. It's making me, hey, are you going to miss the SUI run then? And I guess, there's other things we can play on SUI, like CETUS. So if we believe SUI's going to run, CETUS will run, right? Maybe even CETUS could run as SUI goes somewhat sideways as it gains some momentum and the SUI ecosystem begins to grow. SUI is looking like it wants to break through the all-time high, though. 215, right? Like, this is kind of your next big resistance for SUI. And while I have to be honest, I mean, with the way the 21's pushing and everything looks good, the daily on SUI has a golden cross, right? At the end of the day, like, we made this, like, really... I have to tell you, SUI makes me not want to chase. But it's unrealistic, but it looks like, hey, wait, maybe it just continues to $3. And SUI goes on a tear of tears, and people just don't care. I just be careful. There is some bearish div here. That swings down while that swings up. But it seems like SUI is defying gravity, right? If it breaks to the all-time high, I mean, its next level is going to be $3. That's the measured move here that I'm getting for SUI. The daily is high, but look at that, man. SUI continues to run. And there's like my projection for SUI. And it's even hard to place it. It's like very, the price action was just a bit odd, right? Still could be head and shouldery. What if we don't break that high? And it's just latecomers pumping the game. Like, these are the people that are about to get dumped on. Exit liquidity. 190 though, SUI getting big. Bitcoin holding 63,360. I love you so much, sweetheart. Why'd you bring that stuff in here? Why'd you throw that ball in here? Pick up your ball and get it out of here. Get it out of here, you little cutie. I love you. Bye, sweetie. Okay, thanks for all you do. Life for hope you're in the family are staying safe. Can we check Floki on the daily? We'll take a look at Floki. Thank you. So altcoins beginning to push up hard, and wow, they've added more liquidity up here. You can see now they want to run it up and flatten these shorts here. 63,800. It's looking for Bitcoin. Looks like the market's about to get really frothy tonight. This could really be the beginning of the bull run. And so I put this out earlier today. I hope you're in massive gains. Congratulations if you are. Bitcoin for the pump to the upside. A beautiful move here for BTC. And you got to absolutely love that. The Sammy Cup and Handy out the flag. Moving through the VRVP. And it just moved like clockwork, just like it was supposed to. And I had the other moving averages off there, but tight moving averages. The 1 hour just did what it's supposed to do. The 1 hour had some ups and downs today, you can see. But once it got above the 200 MA, I teach you, a pump is coming. And once we got above the 200 MA, we got a huge pump because that's what I teach. It's very simple stuff. Plan for, now we're getting a little far away from the 21-day moving average, which tells me, let's pump up some more, up to maybe even 64. And then we can kind of come back down, and that could be the next big move here for BTC. But, we kind of had this all kind of thought. We saw this bullish divvy. Remember, I was short, long. We got above some key areas. Beautiful long that we took, I believe it was Friday afternoon. If you were with me, I started to long. We took some gains for BTC. You see the gains here because I remember it being there. This is a beautiful pump for Bitcoin on the 4th, right? Which was, today's the 6th. Yeah, so this was Friday. And we could see that Bitcoin was going to pump out this flag to the upside. We did get that pump. All right. And then, all my trades are bullish since then. And wow, beautiful move for Bitcoin. They just flattened those shorts just like we suggested they would. 63,550 for BTC. So it proves to you that if you watch my channel, if you show up on time, and if you would watch my morning update, which most people probably would have skipped because it's like, why watch that, right? You'd be like, it's Sunday. What goes on Sunday? I don't have time for this. Yada, yada, yada. But had you watched it, you would have seen this beautiful cup and handle, and you would have seen me calling long at 62.2. We're at 63.5 now. That's a $1,200 move for Bitcoin. It's a beautiful gain. All right. And right there, the stop loss below that never got hit. This thing continued to pump. It was just beautiful. Lifers in the group are making serious gains. Join us. It's so much fun. Shout out to Master Friend. Shout out to Joker NYC. Thanks for all you do, Lifer. Hope you and the family. Thank you, Joker NYC. We'll look at Floki, yes. And COBY, Soul Meme, stay safe. And we'll look at SHIB and Caspa. We will get to them. We're almost done. Bitcoin's getting pretty rowdy, though. So it's a little more kind of in the forefront here. Big pump for Bitcoin. We crossed the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, every time we cross the 200 MA on the 1 hour right there, look, huge, massive pump ensued once. Right there, we got above, came back down, but a huge pump ensued there twice. Here we at least got a massive run up. You either get a pretty crazy run up or look, you get one of the biggest, like that was just, some of the biggest pumps Bitcoin's ever had begin when you cross that 1 hour 200 MA. So wow, 666, you saw that Bitcoin never just not taking any prisoners. Look at just block stepping all the way to the upside here on BOOKMAP. This is showing us where the liquidity is to the upside. BTC, bang, bang, bang for Bitcoin, right? And that's just incredulous. I'm being honest. Like Bitcoin just continues to pump and then gets to that 200 MA and then continues to do damage. All right. And we were on it this morning for BTC. Had you been in the trading group, you'd be in gains right now. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest. All right. Not everyone's going to watch Bitcoin obsessively as me. No matter how good you get at TA, it's just going to be rare. You're going to watch it obsessively as me. It's my entire job to watch it. I do it, and I've just fallen in love with that type of behavior. And so if there's going to be a move, there's going to be a call. You might want to go for a bike ride. You might want to go hang out with your girl and go for, a nice hike somewhere. And you might not want to look at Bitcoin on Sunday, but you know what you could have done is watch maybe 10 minutes of my live, even been in the trading group. And we posted what we're looking at in the trading group. And then you could have just, look back right now, you'd be in those gains, baby, gains. And would have done nothing but hang out with the lifer, baby. So I'm working all the time. So you could have a moment in your life, but still learn how to trade, right? So let's wait for this to cross, this for cross, and for the 200 to cross, and boom. Another big pump coming for Bitcoin. Looks like we may have to come back down to the 21. If that, for me, is Sunday night, could be a good time to take a little bit of profito off the tablete, right? But wow, what a big move here. And let's take a look at our daily. Our daily now is headed back to the 200 MA. If we cross the 200 MA in the daily, explosivity. Like we could get a massive candle up to like 69. It could just be huge. We rip right through this resistance and we could rip all the way to like 70,000. It could just be like I wouldn't be surprised if this daily candle ends up being just shoots right out of this pattern. I know it's insane. I know you're like, oh, that's what he wants. That's insane. But it really, I know it just, and look, I just gave you the daily trade like right before this thing erupted, right? Did we not post that? Did I post it to the altcoins accidentally there? I did post the altcoins, but long-term trade setup at 842, right? It's now 853. I believe Bitcoin was, it says it was 63.4 at the time, right? It already pumped, but it was getting ready. I mean, this could be a big move here for BTC on, on these bigger time frames. So Anyway, we gave the cup and handle this morning. I just want to, I'm showing you how just technical analysis, working through it every day, not taking a day off, is how you'll somehow gain an edge in this market. Everyone wants to fast track to life without the hard work, but the hard work is the fast track to life, because eventually you're going to be able to drive way faster than everyone around you. Your car is going to be a V12 and theirs is a V8, V6, V4. And it's because you just beefed yourself up over time. You put so much more value into yourself while everyone else is putting value into everything else around them. How do you put value into oneself? Go to self-help, or like, I don't know about self-help, like go to self-help and mentor. Back in the day, you couldn't even find it online, right? But you want to go to events where people are expanding their consciousness, really, right? Motivational speakers, be around people like that, and go, book tickets to events like that. Have that as a feature in your life. And then from there, constantly remind yourself of what you want to do and who you want to become, and remind yourself that you want to be different. You want to change yourself. You're not going to be like everyone around you that you grew up around you knew. You're going to do something amazing with your life. You're going to make a mark on this world that no one's ever thought about. You're the most unique person, you. There's no one ever going to be like you in the history of the universe ever again, before and after you. So give us, all of you, let us know who you are. Leave your imprint on the world. Let us know your uniqueness. That is basically everyone here. At the end of the day, you're here to learn how to trade. I get it. But I believe that's what that is the point of life. Every single person in here, the point of life is to find out why you're, to leave your mark on this world and become the best you could become, right? Find out what really makes you amazing, and so, and that's really that we're all here. That's what we are here. In my humble opinion, that's it. And if you can reach something where you feel like you're hitting whatever that destiny was, you will feel fulfilled. And if you feel fulfilled, you won't have the need for low frequency behavior, like the overuse of sex, drugs, or alcohol, and things of that nature. You see what I mean? So, in the toil comes a sense of peace, right? When we find what we want to go for and we're focused on that goal, it's harder to take us away, especially with, temptation. But wow, what a massive move here for Bitcoin. And you got to say, that's probably likely going to... I would start taking profits here in this swing trade. If I was in a quick swing trade, profits taken for sure. Okay. Long-term trade, you let it cook, right? It is what it is. But I see us coming back possibly to this 21-day moving average, and maybe faster than you realize, somewhere back to 63.9, 62.9, forgive me. And I could be wrong, but it seems like we've hit the highest rung of liquidity here. And, there was, it had been waiting there to get touched. They sold a bit, and those are whales selling too. They're absorbing this liquidity. They're selling off. There's a chance you get a bit of, if you're a short scalper, and you do it for, if you're not a short scalper, no. And if you are a short scalper and you've done it before, I wouldn't be surprised if we do short back down to this 21-day moving average from this $62,700 level, right? Let's see how the 7-minute candle closes, though, in 5 minutes, right? Because, we might get an extra additional pump here. But the further you get from the white line, the more likely you're coming down for a massive dump. In my opinion, this could be the perfect entry on a short, just based on the distance we are and how fast and violent that move was for the shorts, right? But we'll see. Congrats to anyone that took the move or stayed in the trade. Many people take profits at different times. So I don't know where you are, but, that's why, no one knows exactly where anyone is. So that's why no one can tell anyone what to do, Thank you, Seven Master Friend, for keeping me in the game. God bless you, man. Thank you for staying in the game. You did it yourself. You could have left, but you didn't. All right. So massive pump for Bitcoin here on the weekly close. I didn't even take a look at how many people we got watching, but you think it would be a lot. Only 1,110 people here on the weekly candle close. After we give a massive call tonight, they go to bed on Sunday. I guess we have people from all around the world, too, and they're tired. The hurricane looks horrible. All right. One of the best YouTubers to check out the hurricane is Jug. Number one, Ryan Hall is really good. This guy, Ryan Hall, y'all, this guy's great. You know, and he's saying that there's a strong headwind we're going into up here. So it will slow. He says there's a 100% chance that the storm does slowly lose steam. And it will be a category 5 and 4 out here. But as it comes closer and closer to land, it should be a 3, possibly a 2, and hopefully a 1 by the time it's over land here. Okay? And so there's a chance that, again, inland Sarasota area where I live, and these areas, that we end up somewhat unscathed. Maybe a bunch of rain and some water, but somewhat unscathed here. So just, but be careful. The path has it coming, right in here. But see, these are strong headwinds pushing down. You see that? And storm is coming into them. And so they're going to push down on that. And it's going to try to rotate into those. And so he's just showing you that there's, those are geographical strong, kind of streams. So that will affect, thank the Lord, a little bit here and give some, but it's not going to stop the storm surge. You see, it's going to stop the amount of wind possibly in the inland Florida and possibly when it gets to the East Coast. But it's not going to stop is that storm surge, and if you live on that coast. All right, and that's what's still going to probably be pretty nasty. And depending where the eye is, if the eye's higher, whoever's lower than the eye gets hit. So if the eye goes lower than Tampa, water can be actually moved out of Tampa. You see, because it goes like this, so it pushes away. But if water's here, it pushes it right in there. And that would be basically, you're talking Naples, Sarasota, and lower would get hit really bad. Siesta Key Beach could get mangled like we've never seen. It could be bad. So that's just the only, this is just something that we're looking at here, and that we have to take as a possibility. Bitcoin seems to be kind of sitting at 63.7, but the smaller time frames are going to really show us what's happening here. Bitcoin revving up hard body though to the upside over here, hard body. And it's funny, throughout the day I could feel some type of pump coming here for Bitcoin. And I don't do what I feel. I go by the charts over here, but the charts were showing, they were conveying a bit of a possible pump. The 1 minute is breaking out, showing signs that it may want to get pretty crazy here. Already at 770. Starting to kind of make a bit of a bearish divvy though too, as it's flattening out on the RSI. All right. But if that continues to pump, we're talking a $64,500 Bitcoin in front of your face like this. And next thing you know, you're back at 64,000. And you're like, wait, how did that happen? Like, we were just battling 61.5, and then next thing you know, you're like, wait, Bitcoin's up almost 10%. And you're like, ha. And Bitcoin moves it's weird. For such a big asset, it moves so stealthily in a way. It's like 1 minute it's here, then it's over there, then it just whoop, and then it's gone. Look at this bit of a double bottom, and then it was just ripped. So I wouldn't enter the short just yet, but it's, the more this bends, the more that 7 minute stays away from that 21. At the same time, 1 hour breaking above the 200 is a big deal. And if that daily right now looks like it's about to cross the daily just crossed the 200 MA again. It really doesn't matter about that 21 to me, because this could just be explosive at this point, And so now we have something to live for tomorrow. If we close this daily candle above the yellow line, it's very, very bullish. Once you get above that yellow line, you look at the VRVP and you look at these kind of hills, and you can see like gap right there to 67.5. And then we just follow up to 60, to the all-time high. So to me, this is the pathway. Once we cross this yellow line, we are gone, my friends. Like I'm explaining something to you, and I should be remembered for this, but no one will care, right? But we should continue to pump here. That's a massive, massive milestone to get back above the daily 200 MA, especially when they tried with all their might to push us to the downside. That higher low is huge. We went over the trend. We read the trend. The trend told us what is likely going to happen on the macro. All right, don't get me confused too much by the micro, right? And this is why we do this on the weekly candle. Like, we want you guys to see what's happening on the bigger time frame. Like, I could be scalping the 1 minute, and sometimes I do. But for the most part, I really want you to see, I want you to be zooming out here. and seeing what I'm seeing on a bigger scale, because that's how you're going to really understand the markets on another level. Okay? And this is where the big money is made. Okay? Piling into Bitcoin at these areas before massive moves is really like, you know, this could be our last chance before we go above 65,000. And so, like, this could be your last chance above 60K. It could be your last chance below 65,000. This could be it. As insane as that is, this really could be it. All right. Watcher 7 on the smaller time frame. I still see, I'd say we pull back here to this 21-day moving average. Even if we're still bullish, the gap was too fast and too furious, and we've been studying the small time frames together for too long. And if you've been with me, even you should know this by now. You should be like, yeah, that move was really quick. But we do know every once in a while they just exploded. You know, there's no guarantees these days. So when I'm like dissecting the market, and honestly, anyone has a different strategy for this, but I don't think many people do it as much as me anyway. I mean, that 1 minute looks like it wants to just continue to rip. Yeah, I mean, that's strong bearish divvy, man. You see it? I mean, the only thing is when you go real parabolic, that will run. This will run. Like, it'll be 1 out of 100 times, but this will run like you wouldn't believe. This could be that time, the way we're getting really bullish. So I'm just, you know, if I look at BOOKMAP and they keep building liquidity, which now they got the bar at 64,000. They just want to continue to wreck these shorts. So there's a chance this is our next play right here. And this thing goes on a moon mission right to 64,420. Stochastics are ready for a ripping. Let's see what happens here. This may be a massive short squeeze right now coming in front of our face for another $600. Defying the bearish div and just going on a massive tear. Let's see. Can we break 63.8? Psychological area. The 8's always the 8's. Remember the 8's. The 8's. Wow, heavily volatile on Sunday night in our favor to the upside here. And honestly, it's looking like this thing could go parabolic out this flag and just do something insane. You have to remember the daily's getting above the 200 MA, which if that happens, bots just interact with that immediately. And this thing could go on a tear of tears. I know it sounds like, you know, I might be hyping it up a bit here. It's tough. It's Sunday night. It's heavy volatile, right? People that over leverage themselves and put too much on this will get plastered. All right, so just be careful. Take it easy over here. Take it easy, huh? Yeah, exactly there. Can this thing overcome 63.8 is the question. Let's jump on into your super chats and see what's happening. We got XRP in the house. Okay. To me, this has to come back down to the 21. It's unsustainable. But, you know, I watched the 1 minute because you never know. I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I did. I wish I could say this is exactly what's going to happen. You know, but because you never know what's going to happen, you can always set up for your retirement for iTrust Capital. Shout out to the channel sponsor, iTrust Capital. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with the IRA. It's better than ETF because when you dump on the weekends, you can get action to that lower price action. They also have new coins like NEAR, WIF, Pepe. They got tons, Solana, and more. Jump on in today and find out how you can invest in the future with your cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and your IRA with iTrust Capital. The link in the description or the QR code in the far right corner. And we greatly appreciate that awesome sponsorship from I Trust Capital. So look at this strong move here, 63.8. Bitcoin looking like it may want to defy gravity and just decide to rip to the upside and flatten these shorts. Just tell them, you know what? We're going to go and take you all the way to the upside here. We just do not care. We're going to defy the bearish div and all that and just rip right to the... I've seen it. See, the thing is, I've seen all this. I know I got my mentor and my teachers taught me bearish div, and I know I should listen to it every time. But there's been those 1 out of 20 times where I've seen the price action just do miraculous things. So when we're not in a very bullish tone and things are okay, you do your thing. But you can tell right now, Bitcoin's in some type of frenzy, right? Something's happening. If you can't smell it or feel it, you know, Crypto Billy put something about his energy. He was feeling something in the energy in the air. And it's like, of course, man, you know, of course, right? There's definitely something brewing here. And I feel it. We all feel it for sure. So... And it's great. It's awesome. Right? There's something brewing. There's something going on. So look, we did just break out of this rising wedge to the upside. The stochastic here really kind of kept you in the game because it was low and curving. Said, hey, you know, I mean, now the bearish div is putting in a hardcore move, but I suspect we could fly up one more down and then see the daily being above the 200. This could be parabolic city. We could pump all night, man. We could wake up and just not even believe what's happening. This could be the beginning of the bull run right here. I know you're like, oh, this guy's over. I'm not overhyping. I'm showing you reality. Some people just don't realize what's right in front of them. So I just want to explain that. Like I don't think you realize. No. I'm not saying it's up only all night. Like even if we pull back, what I'm saying is this is really how it begins. This could be the beginning of the daily taking a big pump. Us breaking that cycle of that monotony and starting to get our next big movement here. It is Pumptober. All right, it just got started. It's the 6th. All right, where will we be on the 13th on the next weekly close? Probably likely higher than we were all. You know, there's a chance we're all far more wealthier then than we are now. You never know. I'm not saying we are for sure, but there's a chance. At least we have that chance. Someone's like, yeah, I know, I have a paycheck coming. I mean, hey. Altcoins will likely respond to this pump here for Bitcoin. That money's not going to leave and go into Tether. It's going to go back into the alts. So this pump here will respond as if Bitcoin does pull back, to me, into some altcoin movement that you wouldn't believe. All right. SUI 189 getting that pump. SUI, come back down to 170 one more time, please, baby. Please don't abuse me. Come back to me, sweetheart. And then we can get this nice pennant and break on out to the upside. I don't chase him, I replace him. I can't chase SUI. Come back to me, sweetie. But look, it does have a golden cross coming. It's looking very nice. Looking very, very nice. SUI, baby, SUI. Don't chase him, but, you know, have a plan. But SUI could be the one that got away, baby. Got into SUI at 90, sold at about 166, 169, a couple areas. And, you know, was looking for this 3-day to make a pretty bigger pullback. To me, the 3 days is too far away from that 21, but does it pump up and come back? Does it pump up like this and then drag it sideways, come back to it down there? And looks like it may just want to break 2 and do whatever it wants to do. So it's okay. You live and you learn. You take profits. Hey, I took profits. I got into 90. I sold higher, right? Like everyone's like, hey, it is what it is. But the beginning of a bull run, don't take profits ever. Well, that wasn't, honestly, SUI was just something I swung trade. Like I got into, I was like, yeah, you know. I want to take a look at CETUS, which is the exchange, the DeFi exchange underneath SUI that should really get the bigger movement. Or, you know, you'd hope somewhat more of a multiple. Like here, it went from 5 to 6. It did a nice 3x. I mean, SUI did a 1x, right? In a similar period. You also see this one doesn't have an overextended 3-day chart. Like, yeah, a little bit, but not as bad as SUI. I mean, this flag is starting to gear up. There's a chance this thing breaks out pretty beautifully. Nice cup here. Golden cross coming. CETUS. All right. I don't own any CETUS at the moment. I did own a big bag of it at one point. I swung traded like, I think it was 8 or 9 months ago. Look at that, 88.88, 88.8% coming for CETUS. That go all the way to about 30 cents. And that flag looks pretty nice. Golden cross approaching with the stochastics low. CETUS could do some damage. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame. It's not in my favorite, not where I love it to be. I put alert on that 4-hour. See how the 1 hour's kind of hanging out with that 200 MA. Does it come back down to the bottom of the channel? Chase CETUS at 16 where I can get it at 14. Or does it break out, come back to 17 for the retest? But it's looking pretty interesting. And it's got this kind of similar flag to SUI before SUI broke out, that like W flag type of feel. Let me look at my 8-hour, my favorite go-to time frame, and it looks pretty interesting to me too as well. Like it may want to erupt and just start the pump. So CETUS is on the radar here. I would watch CETUS somewhat closely if I were you. All right. Bitcoin kind of struggled after that big bump there at 63,950. Didn't seem like it wanted to get to 64,000. Maybe it hit 64 on the dot. Let's take a look. No, 63,955 I'm getting here on Mexi. Maybe other places it hit. But yeah, so we hit this bar of liquidity again there, 64,000. And remember, that guy at 65, I don't think he ever really left. But hey, if he did or did not, he's there now. And then we have another buy there at 63.2. And this dude at 58,000 still wants to hang out like he might eat up price action. But I mean, that's a long ways away now. 65,000 coming into play, and liquidity starting to show us that there's liquidity up there. That is interesting, my friends. That is interesting. Shout out to all the people here that make this channel amazing. Shout out to all the channel sponsors and beautiful people here that are awesome and push every single day. We appreciate you. We care about you. And we thank you so much for your constant viewership and support and love. You have no idea what it means to me to show up every day and have people here to educate and to have a purpose. You guys gave me a purpose in life. You fulfill me. Money gets you so far. It's fun. It's awesome. It can, right now we can fly out of Florida, right? I have a place to stay. Thank God for my parents, right? Who left me, a couple properties instead of leaving me nothing. Some people actually had to like find money to pay for their parents' funerals. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents were awesome. Like they left me with more. And God bless my mom and dad, man. And so there's still a house in Boston, and I'm gonna, I feel like weird. I'm gonna see, parts of me wants to stay and protect my home and make sure everything is okay. What if something happens here that I could fix at the moment? Like the garage door gets pushed in, but you realize you can back it up with like a piece of concrete, and it saves from the rest of the garage just all the things coming in and your car getting ruined. But because you weren't there, it rips open even more and just destroys more. And I'm always like, should I be home, to protect it? So I'm always caught in between that idea. All right. You'll be fine in your house. You're funny. Live, does crypto exchange have precious metal leverage trading, right? My sister's leaving Port Charlotte as well. Someone says, don't take the chance. Sunday night shows are fun. Let's admit it. Who we trying to kid over here? Shout out to Rave Song Records, man. Smart to head out barefoot sailing adventures. Yeah, protect your family. I have a 3-month-old baby, and what if one window breaks open? We have hurricane windows made in 2019. Like the house was built in basically 2019. It's a 5-year-old. It has the highest basically upgrades for hurricanes you can have in Florida. One of the strongest built homes you can have. But there we'll find, So if anyone's going to withstand it, it's going to be me. We're outside the flood zone. Like there's so many reasons why I'll be all right. I'm being honest. All right, but I get it. Please, what if something happens that you can't stop? You'll be fine. Storm surge is the problem. Amen. Yeah. You'll be fine in your blast-resistant CIA air funny, right? I know, right? Going back to cold weather after Florida heat could make you all sick from temperature change. You're funny, man. It could also make you feel amazing, right? Someone said short. No, you can't swim that long. You're funny. The port strike isn't happening, man. Stay with the news. That's a wrap now. Come on, baby. Come on. So tonight is crazy. Bitcoin could just continue to rip here. I know it's like showing some signs of wacky strength on the 1-minute time frame. And this is where like you need kind of like a different perspective to get through. Because most people would just be like, what is this? And say, well, it was a flag. And then when they saw people go for it, they they stopped them all out. At the end of the day, it's bearish div, right? Short the bearish div, call it a day. Is that the top, the local top for tonight? Can you check over Casper? We'll look at it. Shout out to Josiah Jellowick, Casper, SHIB, COBY, Floki, and JASMY. Yep. Can you look at Bitcoin Weekly with the monthly averages? Looks like we are confirmed. Yeah. And man, if you took the long now that I gave you earlier today, you were in massive gains. Congrats, lifers. And I went long, I was long this AM, preaching the long, man. I was so, dang. Amazing. Amazing. Now, does it continue on some weird, insane move? See, now you'd have to say, well, this is a flag that broke down, but it's now still a flag, you see? As crazy as that sounds, right? You broke out of it, you broke back inside. It's almost like a diamond of something. And you'd be like, well, where? I mean, you start ripping. Like somewhere up to 64.5, somehow, some way, this thing would just go on a tear. I know it's unrealistic, it doesn't make any sense, but price action doesn't really always make sense. I'm not saying take this trade. I want to delete this because I don't want to say like, oh, that's not a setup I'm taking right now. I'm speculatively watching this after a massive pump. Of all the YouTubers I've watched, you're the best. Thank you. God bless you, man. I appreciate you saying that. That's very nice of you. It's not too late. Friends said we pump the rest of the month, baby. If you stay for the hurricane, load up a bit at the grocery store, especially in the boil water. The shower, wow, those hurricanes are scary. Amen. Man, a lot of hoodies in the charts today. Made a few decent leverage trades in this past 10 minutes, but so sketchy. So there it is. Now you lose the 21 and you start to collapse. That usually begins the movement here. So now the 7 minute, you should be able to short the 7 minute nice and smoothly down to the 21. And then you go from there, right? Let's look at our bigger time frame. So I see a pullback now for Bitcoin on that 7 minute. I could be wrong, but that's what I see happen. I believe we hit the top of liquidity for tonight, for that moment. We could come back. There's, I'm not saying it's over for good, but it's likely. Okay. So now the daily is going to want to attempt to close above the 200 MA. That could get all the way back down to 63.6, 63. So that actually says that we can't really lose too much. So if you want to be really bullish, 63.5 really, you really can't lose 63.5. Otherwise, you might just kind of meander. But wow, we're already starting massively on this daily candle. And remember, I put out the daily long already for you. That's up beautifully already. Could have taken gains already, honestly. So. That's what I did live or shorted at 64,000. Hey. So if the daily stays above this though, so that would make me, I'm not going to short the market personally. I'm looking for long swing trades at this point for big money. That's really what, it's where my head is at this moment in time. And it's like every time they try to kind of crush this 1 minute, it just seems to be kind of eerily bullish. It's kind of a descending triangle, but honestly, anything is possible these days. Stokes are double bottoming, attempting to want to push further to the upside here too as well. So it's getting crazy tonight. How many people we have in the stream? You think the stream would be blowing up? 1,220 people here on the live, 473 likes, $41 in chat revenue. And I want to get to your chats. I will, and I really will. I'm not skipping them. But this is crazy. All right. I mean, that's a descending triangle, right? We know that. It doesn't look amazing. I don't know what it is, honestly. It's like, it's a something, right? These usually don't. So we flip back, trust the 7-minute, we'll dump and move on. I'm no longer enticed by the one. You never know, though. That's the creepy thing. You got a high volume node there. See it, 63.3. You got some, you know. Daily may want to hold 63.6. All right. I think after the 18th week, it will start public R. We'll know closer to those dates. Pretty exciting. Could be history. It really could be. It really, you guys watch history with me all the time. We've watched many parts of history now. There's no days off in 4 years. I mean, we've covered so much Bitcoin. It's pretty awesome. Real question of the market done reacting to the geopolitical news. I don't listen to that stuff, though. Yeah. Bored PC guy. Sorry, man. Yeah. I don't know, every time I try to count the 1 minute out, it looks like it may come back with a vengeance. They got me kind of stuck right now. My mind's telling me this could be one of those one days that it's one of those one times where things just don't do what you think they're gonna do. The outlier. The reason why this is possible is the daily's above the 200 MA. And when the daily breaks above the 200 MA, it can kind of push any other time frame. It could just become a bully, meaning whatever that wants to do, like certain things that you've known to be true and have been backtesting for years, just for that amount of time may not happen on those smaller time frames because the daily just wants to eat. And when the daily wants to eat, it's going to eat. You see what I mean? Like, and how strong that, I'm telling you, this is such a strong signal. And so we want to fight for 22 hours now and 33 minutes. We have so long, but we want to fight to keep that. We never want that to close below. If we never close below this again, like we will never have to have any fear. Like our bags will begin to pump so hard. All right. And we'll just be awesome. All right. If you want to trade where I trade, you can trade on MEXC here. It has the lowest fees. Maker 0, taker 0.1 to 0.2%. All right. Lowest fees of the game. MEXC, man, it's the place to be. Jump on in today. You will not regret it. If you have a problem with MEXC, it doesn't work, or something happens, we have just as good of a place. Jump on in to Weeks. All right. Weeks is awesome. WEEX Weeks. All right. We also have a link here pinned in the comments. All right. If you want to jump on into Weeks, you can. There's a link right there. And if you want to jump into CryptoLifer.com as well. All right. Shout out to our channel sponsor, Houdini Swap. Houdini Swap is the place to swap coins across 4,000 chains. What I'm explaining to you is you get into memes, you understand, you make some money on a meme, you got it in your MetaMask wallet, some Solana, all right? Then you want to get into SUI memes, but you don't know how to really get back to SUI. Well, you can just switch right here, right, from your Sol. You can be, all right, I got some Sol. So you can be like, I want to go to Sol, right? And you're like, and then I want to go to Sol, and then I want to go to SUI, right? And then bang, you go SUI to Solana, right? And bang, you'd be able to see that. I mean, it's really, really nice. You can't beat it. Transact freely across multiple 4,000 tokens. Houdini Swap, all right? And their volume continues to gain traction as they head to $800 million. It's awesome. So yeah, this flag could become to show some signs of life here to the upside. I'm telling you, even though it doesn't seem like it could. They've flipped it, they dipped it, but they still made the flag. And look at that pump that may continue here to the upside for Bitcoin. And when the daily rips, the daily rips. All right. Yeah. 1 minute is moving. Yeah. Yeah, the SUI goes to your SUI wallet where you would get your address from. You get it? Aha. Exactly. Yeah. It's simple though. Yeah. Yeah. So here we go for the massive short squeeze here. Because even I would normally short that, but I told myself, be careful. No. Wait. This looks like now you're looking for a possible double top, lower high. Can create the space for the short. But wow, I mean, yeah. How do you ever, yeah, it's macro flag top. Let's take a look at Caspa and talk about these awesome super chats. Caspa is simple to me. You know, I really don't get too caught up in the smaller time frames for Caspa. I'm watching Caspa in this like kind of daily strange consolidation here. Now, it does have kind of an Adam and Eve double top. It looks like it's kind of got a rounded top. It doesn't look amazing, I'll tell you that. We definitely need a bounce here, and it did lose the daily 2 to May. But, you know, it's above the 2-day. It's very bullish on that 2-day. Looking like a beautiful trend above, ready to rock. So, 2-day will be my kind of like overall idea here. And this is going to take some time. That's the only thing about Caspa. It looks like it's going to take some time. Like, it could take till May to get to 37. You know, that's what I see happening, the way it's moving. But I do see a move coming for Caspa eventually. All right. Maybe it gets there way quicker. It will be awesome. All right. Shout out to Will Rojo. God bless you, man. Glad you're still doing it, my guy. Amen, man. Thank you. Yeah, we never took a day off, man. My dude Liver still killing the live streams. My guy is the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. of the crypto game. All day long, baby. No one did it like we did. We'll go down in history with one of the greatest crypto live stream streaks ever in history. Like, if I stop now, I think we'd still keep it. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying. Over here. Hey. And I'm even going to leave, even if my house was fine. What if I do lose internet? And I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to go to a place where I know fiber optic will be strong and long for at least 5-6 days until I get back to my home. All right. Can you please check audio? Yeah, don't stop, won't stop, baby. Yeti on base is exploding, bro. Just getting started. Amazing. Good for you. So there you have it. Finally, the lower high there. And then we can maybe finally say no. 7 minute has to come back to that 21. Or, you know, and it could go back to the 21 in a pleasing manner. It may not be the worst, and then the pump could happen later on. Like, so this could be something that we're waiting for to see, and we could get more pump out of this to the upside. For sure. Okay. XRP, SHIB, COBY, Floki, and JASMY. All right. New here. Only watch 3 streams. Hoping to watch more. Thank you, Bun Wrong Ray. We love you, man. Good news on Bitcoin. Bad news on my laptop's Wi-Fi connector. God bless it. Can't see my long gains. Oh, no. Wi-Fi connector? Interesting. So now I want to see the 7 minute come back to the 21. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's likely going to happen. A more lateral would be more bullish, but both of them can be bullish. You see? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. Over time, you'll see what I'm doing. This may look like gibberish to you. I'm projecting. It's basically, it's kind of quantum theory. Like, you're projecting what you want to see happen in life, and if it goes that way, you only play that manner. Like, you know. Right. So I see Caspa doing damage. This Caspa trade is still open. I haven't. It's just there. It is. You know. Pretty transparent. Nothing has changed for 2 weeks now. Okay. All right, I think we're about to pump to the 50 minute again. Let's take a look at that. Again, though, you got that gap from the 21. But I see what you're saying. I mean, you know, then you look at it here and it's like, well, that definitely looks like a nice flag. They're just going to do damage, right? The daily above the 200 MA tells me boom, boom, boom. Big gains coming our way. Big gains coming our way. Actually, the 1 minute now looks kind of like it's going to boom. They did something really strange to the 1 minute, and now I'm like, what the heck? Like, it's just defying gravity. Wow. This is kind of nuts, right? Let me show you. Like, there's a chance here, look. That this just starts to just do the ripskis of a lifetime here. That's crazy. It's so high risk. Sunday night, chasing a rip like that, right? I take it to 65,097, like right now. Stop would have to be somewhere at like 63,587. $200 for 900. Do I have the guts to pull it off? I mean, we should have dumped by now. So to me, that tells me that something's brewing here, because like we definitely, I mean, after a massive pump like that, to consolidate this nicely is a bit, like, tells me there's bullishness, you know. Smash, smash, semi-flaggy, steady up, yeah. If it breaks out of the macro flag. Crowd go, shout out to everyone. Love you, positive vibe, bro. I need that a lot at the moment. God bless you, man. Stay positive, brother. You and your family stay safe with the positive hurricane approaching. Keep you in your prayers. Thank you, man. And we're going to bail out of Florida, sad to say, and go back to my hometown just for a couple days. All right. Daily ready to 67K chart looks so nice. The chart does look beautiful in the daily. The daily looks great. Super chats, XRP, SHIB, COBY, Floki, and JASMY. JASMY, baby, JASMY. Sammy, so happy to have you with us in these bullish times. I mean, hey, we went through all the times, right? The ups, the downs, you know, we went through them all. All right, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey of journeys. Sundays are getting, like today we had a pump on a Sunday. Things are getting crazy. You don't expect Sunday to explode like that. And now you're consolidating on the 1 minute inside a flag that could be very, very bullish, as far as I'm concerned. So there's a chance this continues to pump. I'm trying to slide these super chats inside of these if I can. Let's take a look at XRP and see what's happening for Zerpy. How many Zerps do you got, bro? So XRP looking bullish at the 15 minute. But, you know, it's had a lot of ups and downs recently, right? And we wanted to see it stay inside this. As long as it kept that trend line, it was going to bounce. And then the appeal, and then it dumped again. But, you know, there's not a lot of sellers, too. People don't run to their wallets to sell off XRP. I personally don't, and I've been holding it for a long time. And I'm probably like most retail that holds XRP. So, in my opinion, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the low. And that appeal seems like a lot of fun. I looked at Brad Garlinghouse, and if you look at his tweet, go to his thing and read his tweets about it if you want to scroll back a few more days. And it would make you pretty confident that XRP is going to bounce pretty nicely and that there's really no merit to the appeal. And it's all just fun. So I'd see for more sideways price action if you really want to wait, and then XRP can bounce. Yeah, I don't really give into the fun. Yeah. Juicy Photo, aka the beta. I don't even know what he's saying. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Because overbought is coming down. Watch. I mean, it is pretty overbought. I will tell you that. I'm with you on that. I'm just telling you, I've seen a bunch of things. There's a chance. What I just want to make sure is let this trend line break down and let it dump. All right. You'd be surprised, man. This could get explosive. I've seen this so many times. And it's doing what people don't think it can do. Let's get to SHIB here on the super chats. Let me bring this right up to where I'm at. I don't want to go backwards here. 7 minutes should be coming back to that 21, you know? Yeah, so I'm bullish on that. On XRP. On the price action right now, looks like a good buy. But again, I'm not getting in. I already own XRP, and I'll see where it goes. SHIB, we talked about SHIB. We drew this, and we said SHIB's going to pull back, right? We didn't know how or exactly how it was going to pull back, but it did exactly like I said it would, and bounced off the exactly resistance there. And that was the, Fibonacci pullback to the 618. I really would wait patiently for SHIB to break above the 200 MA, and then that's it. And I guess these are great load-up zones. Every time, you see that the market's going to kind of change, and you see that you're below the 200 MA on the daily, those are the best chances, in my opinion, the low value areas. And then once it breaks the 200 MA, it's going to go through the gap, head up to 25262, and then continue. And I believe SHIB will go to an all-time high and more, as everything in this entire market is going to rip when they print the money to zero. All right, so it's worth its weight in Bitcoin. SHIB's worth BTCs, and Bitcoin goes up. SHIB goes up in U.S. value. Period. All right. That's what I think people don't understand. So I don't think you'd be surprised, but this thing could pump. And it could pump numbers right now. Low stochastics right now turning on you. And even the way the 7 minutes started to look on that other chart started to get me, wow, the 7 minute looks like it's going to pump nice. I mean, it's flagging out now. Period, right? And you got the similar look here now on the 1 minute. Just a little more detail. Just a little more detail. Wow, there's volatility tonight. I didn't expect it. Let's take a look at COBY. He said it was a meme, COBY. I might not want to even look at it, but we'll see. On Deck Screener. COBY unsold, COBY. 7 million market cap. It has locked liquidity, 7 million market cap. I don't know what COBY is. COBY is my best friend. Hey, it's brand new. You'd have to take a shot. This would be someone's idea here. Interesting is I like this kind of flag with the little flag outside the flag. It's almost like that's like a cup with a handle there. The TA says the TA says this thing could possibly pump. I know it sounds crazy, but the TA is not so bad on it, right? Consolidated, it can make a gain. I'm not jumping into this. I know no one that owns it. Someone just asked about it, right? I mean, that's 182% gains. We'll come back to this, but it looks like you may have found a newbie on Sol. And you guys can do your own research, write it down. Like, what did I find? I found out about this coin COBY on Sol. But just be careful. Memes are memes, man. Respect the process of the memes. Okay. Casual suit you, Sammy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Much love. I guess I was a little too far right the whole time. I didn't realize that. Cut off my part of myself there, but it's all right. Super Jazz Floki and JASMY. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, and the price action just gets crazy here. Let's take a look at Floki. So Floki to me is just like SHIB in the consolidation zone. See how I'm having that Adam and Eve and then eventually breaks the Adam and Eve and then breaks up. And so I'm bullish on Floki long term. I even hold it. So that's what you can learn about me and Floki. So, and once Floki breaks the yellow line on the 200 MA on the daily, I see an explosive move. And we're just getting closer and closer to these times. Only a matter of time. All right. There you go. If it loses that trend line, then you don't, it's kind of your moment there. Still decent. It's not too bad, but there's your dumpy. And now our 7-minute projection can begin to play out, right? Come back to the 21, baby. There you go. That's a bet. You know what I found too is the double top is the best time to open the short. So now I am basically calling a short back. So either sideways down to 62.6 or a little more violent down to 62.4 or 3. I don't know for sure though. All right, probably 63.3. That was a key area of contention, and there's a lot of liquidity right there. So I'm calling a short now back to 63.3. You know, in the smaller time frames. Cloud is hot. Thank you for bringing that back up. I like Cloud. Let's take a look at JASMY, and we'll take a look at Cloud. I own JASMY. I hold a pretty nice bag of it. So I'm in with the JASMY. I'm a Jasminian. A Jasmanian devil. All right, I just made that up, but I'm a Jasmanian. I don't like using the word, but you know, that was a fun cartoon as a kid. Like, so. I don't think we have to get as... I mean, you never know. Why do they call him a devil? You know, it's like... Well, it's funny. What I see from JASMY is what people, you know, is that slanted Adam and Eve. You see it? Working with that shoulder head, right shoulder sloppy. Again, breaks it. All the charts look... This looks just like what we just looked at. Floki looks identical in this last piece of pattern here. And if you don't believe me, look. This is fun, but I'll do this just to kind of convince you if I have to. Well, look, I can go from here to here, right? I can copy that, go to this chart, which actually looks pretty dang good right now. Honestly, the bulls aren't giving up so easily here. I don't think people realize. Things could get crazy tonight. Well, look, you paste this here. What time frame are they going to play with me here? All right, I'll go the other way then. But look. Why are you guys messing up my interlude here for everybody? So you grab this, right? And you copy it, and then we'll go back to JASMY, and we'll paste it. And here it is now, right? But you'll see it's basically the exact same thing. All right? See it? I mean, it like identical, too. It's not even a joke. Like, they're not trying to hide this. Like, all the coins are in this exact same, you know, I got this from, you see? Maybe you got it from itself. No, like, and I'll delete it again if you don't believe me. We'll go back to Floki, right? Honestly, this looks like it's going to pump. I'll be really honest. Like, there's some strong movement here with these bulls. I wouldn't be surprised if this flag now begins to take off. 63.8 is holding hard. You have to remember where the daily is, and the small time frames have to kind of, you know, bend to that daily. I have flip-flopped a little bit here, I'll be honest, but that's what I honestly, when I trade, I watch the price action until I finally just have this. I can't even call what happens. You just know, and you make the trade. You know, or you feel comfortable with the probability. You know you're not going to win every time, but you feel comfortable with the probability. All right. And you take a shot. Like, all right, I'll take a little shot. To me, it looks like so many people are scared, and we're going to short squeeze with a higher low, but you never know. All right. We'll see what happens, man. Guys, when you will learn the crypto market doesn't give a rip about geopolitical world news. It cares about the economic pulse. Yeah. Good evening, Sam. Shout out to Jackson Crawford. Shout out to everybody here. Hopping along, live for Let's Go, man. Amen. 1 minute is fighting this short. I know. Last red week this week after that skyrocketing. Ripping up, bro. Look at that 4-hour candle. Yeah. Super chat clear. Gia Perk, we love you, man. Thank you. Casper is pumping, somebody says. And it looks like this is your final double bottom for all your coins. Like, the market is ready and poised for a move. You do you, though. And remember, I called alt season a long while back. Like, if you watch my macro videos, that's really when it all began. All right. Everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. And I'm going to take a break from these markets. They're crazy. And honestly, I don't know. Sunday night, I don't know. This trade's super, super risky. Looking pretty crazy. I think we dump, man. I'm going to bail out the long just for a second here and wait for confirmation. Just so you know. You guys do you, though. Have a great night, Sam, and thanks a lot. God bless you and your family. Everyone, I love you. Thank you so much. We had a great day of trading today. If you took the longs, massive gains. You could pay yourself and go to sleep at this point. And, you don't have to get everything. All right, and there's kind of an Adam and Eve forming on the double top here. Looks to me like that 7 minute is going to take us down. So my last thing for you is, looks like it's going further down. All right, that's my last call, and I'll keep it there. I love you all. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live. God bless each and every one of you. Get ready for that storm. Prepare. Don't play games. Thank you.